Right, well, while I'm waiting for my IPA to arrive, I'm going to get this out of the chassis. So these are fairly straightforward. You've got to slide the little chrome ends off the handle. Clip these out. So you've got a countersunk screw, a little brass ferrule, a rubber washer and a silver washer. Same on this side. As you can see from the Rexine in the handle there, I am going to have to replace that because unfortunately it's been joined there. It's also when they've put the end bits on, they've that's paper batch that. Yeah, that has got to come off. I have new Rexine on the handle. I do tend to keep these old bits, you never know, it might be useful for patching something. So, what else have we got to get this? We've got two screws down here, bottom corner of the chassis. That's little brass screws. Give them a bit of a shine up later with John's tomato ketchup thing, but I will remember to buff them this time to get rid of the red staining. So that's those two. Speaker, disconnect speaker wires. I think that is it. There we go. One chassis out. Nice and easy. Okay, well I'm going to separate the front panel so I can get at that aluminium trim. Hacker badge is in pretty good nick. I don't think that was going to need to come off. But yeah, speaker's a monster, and look at that beauty. I don't know what make it is because the labels come off of it by the looks of it. It's going to be a good one anyway. Okay, let's put that to one side. Out of harm's way. Now, chassis. So this top's going to come off and be polished if I can get it off without damaging the writing, which it looks like it's already been off actually, which is good news. Yep. So just a case of pulling these knobs off. Cool. That one ain't coming off. That's one. You've only got treble and band spread on this one as well. I think we should have some fibre washers there, but I haven't got any. Cool. That is very well attached, and it looks like the aluminium bit's skirt is coming away from the main. Ah, there he is. Cool. Yeah, someone's put a bit of glue on that. That's nice, isn't it? Okay. So, 4 screws. Again, little brass set screws, machine screws. That's my own knowledge, so as I can remember how it goes back together, which screw goes where. There we go. So it looks like it's had a bit of a touch up before. Yeah, it's been done okay actually. Yeah, that's all good. Let's put that safely out of harm's way. We're looking okay in here as well by the looks of it. All nice and clean. I think someone has restored this set at some stage. So what we're going to do here, the set is working very well actually, so shouldn't need to do any alignment on it, but I will check the tuning scale, RF alignment. We've got a couple electrolytics in here, not a lot. There's one in there. What board is that then? That's the IF strip there. Is this the RF board? Is that the power? That might be the power supply actually. So yeah, there's in the corner there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's zoom in. You can see that little red beastie in there. You can see him there now. This one here, it's either an Elka mode or TCC, something like that. But that one will almost certainly want replacing. We've got a couple of these little blue, silver Philips electrolytics in there. 50-50 with those really. Sometimes they're fine, sometimes they're not. It really is a bit hit and miss. There's also another 5 microfarad down in here, little black one. If you can see that, I don't think you can actually. Yeah, just about in under there, that. Just in there. So we got 1, 2, 3. Looks like 4 electrolytics on that board to do. And 2, 4, 5 on this one. Bit of an unusual heat sink there as well. I'm not sure if that's the right one because it's certainly not the same as the one in my other Helmsman. So I might need to see if I can source another heatsink for that one. Don't like that very much. But yeah, always good quality amplifiers in these. Just got to get rid of this little bit of plastic, but yeah, there you are. So say 5 in there to change. So not a massive amount of caps. Saying not compared to some of the amateur radios I've worked on recently, they're crazy. Let's say it's not the original antenna, but it is a very good quality one, so that one's going to stay. It's nice and long as well, which will help the shortwave. Longer the better. Yeah, apart from that, it's got lock fits in it, but again, it's not noisy. So I'm not going to touch those. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this board here out. I think it's a power supply, I'm not sure really. Let's have a look. yeah, I'll get back to you on what board that is. Anyway, join me in a second and we'll get this out and have a look at these capacitors. Okay, well, just a quick look. This is actually the IF amplifier board. I thought this was, but this is obviously the RF board here with the switch panel on it. Say, all those switches will get cleaned. It's a good lubrication job on everything. So yeah, this is the IF board here. So I'm going to whip that one out first anyway. Okay, it's just 2 screws holding this one in. Both got little brass washers on it. I'm just getting this out of the way really. Could probably get at them, but prefer to have a little bit more movement on it. Where's he gone? Come on. So little self-tappers by the looks of it. It should give me a little bit more movement on that board. It does to a certain degree. Okay, what I think I'll do as well is just take this should take that leg out of the way. Yeah, I'll make it a bit easier. I'm going to take this this side panel out of the way as well while I'm at it. Zoom back out a bit. So just 2 screws there, 2 little nuts behind, all brass. Probably put a new grommet in the aerial there as well. Plenty of grommets. Right, done me. Come on. I'd say probably not 100% necessary to get this out of the way, but it will help a little bit. And get the aerial out of the way. Let's take that aerial right off. Okay, that's going to be tricky to get back on that. You know, not the aerial, the thing there. Five mil. Six mil. zoom you back out a bit, you can't see what I'm up to. Just taking off, there's like a little earth clamp on there as well. Negative, should I say. Earthing thing with this. Let's get that other one off and get it out of the way. Okay, this is the first one out. This little red one. And it is a British made TCC 350 microfarads at 12 volts. And these have got these horrible flat legs on them. They're very fragile, and when I came to take it out, sure enough, that had actually broken off of there. So whether that was broken or just by me moving it, I expect it's just fractured it. They're not brilliant, these. Let's zoom me back out again. Let's get the ESR meter out. So this was 350 microfarads, which is a strange size. It's probably going to have to be a 330 or a 470 go back in here. Let's just connect that one up and see where we are. Probably perfect, I suppose. It is lit, 353.8 microfarads. What do you do, eh? So I'll have a look at where that one is in the circuit. But it's right on the main power supply coming in to the IF board, so I think we'll change it. But as I say, really, that one's good. So there you are. Okay, that's the first one soldered back in. Just snip the legs off. So they are known to be not very good, though, so I say it's a shame to change a cap that's okay, but we're looking for long term with this one. So that's that one done. On to the next one. Okay, so there we are. That's all three electrolytics changed. I put a 330 in there instead of 350. There's a 2.2 instead of a 2.5, and there's a 4.7 instead of a 5, so they're all slightly less than the originals, but as I say, that should be fine. They're well within tolerance. So let's come out a little bit and have a look at these ones I've taken out. So we've already seen the 350 microfarad one. We know that one's okay. So this one then is 5 microfarad, 15 volts. Let's pop that one on the ESR meter. Okay, so this one should be 5 microfarads. Now that one's reading 7.84, so that one's definitely at tolerance. ESR is 4.2, so that's probably crept up a little bit. So that one definitely wanted going. This is the one that feeds the audio out into the amplifier stage. 2.5 microfarads. Okay, so it's 2.6, but the ESR is 5.4 on that one, so that one's high. Yeah, very high. So that one really did need changing. A bit too high resistance. So yeah, job done. Okay, well I've done the last one. That's on the switch panel, the RF board. That one's 80 microfarads. I don't know if you can see that. It's unusual size. I haven't got any of those. I've popped 100 microfarads in it for the minute, but I am going to pop that one back out. I've just ordered some 82 microfarads, which are still available by the looks of it. Okay, well once again, lack of components has caused me to have to order some more bits, so I can't carry on for today on the electronics side. But let's have a quick look at some of these. This one's 400 microfarads. Measuring 562. So out of tolerance. And the next one, again another 400. 492, not quite so bad. And a 40. Try again. 48, so not too bad. I popped a 47 in where the 40 was. It's just in tolerance. I've got some 39s knocking about somewhere. There's a 10 microfarad there. That again is I can't remember what that one was reading now, but and what else? We've got an 80 that's reading 115, 118, I think. So really, all the caps have got to be changed on the board. I can't get an 80. 100 really is probably a little bit high. I mean, it probably would work fine, but I'm going to have to pop a radio back in there, which will be an 82, I believe. So I'd rather get it as close as possible. I don't really want to start messing around, changing other components to compensate for not having the right capacitors. Not that it makes a lot of difference, I don't suppose, but you know, I like to have it nice. So there we go. So the amp waits till tomorrow. So really now it's just all I've got left that I can do is get on with some of the servicing work on this one. So I'm going to pop some switch cleaner in there and in the volume control, and I'm going to start looking at getting the grill off the front. So I'm going to get that done first. The switch cleaner. I'm going to use a deoxit again because I love this stuff. Not that I'm being sponsored by them or anything, but you know, you never know. They might do one day. So let's pop a little bit in there. Good clunky switches these. It's a bit of a tight fit in there. Just about getting in there, I think. Yep. Not that there's anything wrong with the switches, they did seem to work fine, but well, you've got a radio this far apart, it'd be silly not to do it, really. Right, let's just take these screws out. It's going to need to clean off anyway, this black panel. More brass screws. And nice to see a lot of brass everywhere. Brass doesn't corrode like the steel. Much better. Let's gently ease that out of the way. We can get at all the pulleys. So I'm going to use my precision oiler. And let's have a look. Sweep back out a little bit. So really I'm looking for any parts that move, like that bit. Don't get any on the cord. All the pulleys. So I've got the two it's unusual. Of course, yeah, that one there is the band spread, isn't it? I'm thinking I've got to oil that, but so I'll pop a little bit of oil on the spindle, but that is a capacitor there. Let's get a little bit of muck on that one, so I'm probably going to give that one a clean off with a bit of isopropyl. And then we've got the treble control. Volume, and pop a little bit of oil on the spindle. And in the potentiometer, yeah, we can get in there. Now the capacitor, tuning cap. Can't really get in too well on the rest of it. Should get a little bit in there. A little bit in there. Band spread control looks a bit mucky, so let's give it a brush first. Just pop that one right out, I think. You can't do because you need to take that little switch panel out. Just pop this little panel out of the way. Should let me pull that one out now. Yeah, like I say, it's I don't know whether anyone's tried to put some switch cleaner in there and made a bit of a mess of it. Let's see if I can pull it through from the back. Of course I can. Well, that's pretty grimy. So you can see, hopefully you can see. But yeah, it's very dirty, that control. I think it's probably, like I say, someone popped some switch cleaner in there at some stage. Naughty. So I'm going to have to give that a good going over with some isopropyl. Okay, so I've got the capacitors in for this one now. So I've got two 470 microfarads. Let's make sure we've got them the right way around. So they've got to go in. That's a bit better fit. Sure they'll fit right. Oh, that's the wrong way around. Yeah, they fit in nice. As I say, I've got replacements for these other two here, but unfortunately they're going to be radials. Yeah, a couple 470 microfarads. They're quite smart. So I'm going to get those, all four of those done now. Well, there we are. That's the audio board recapped. So the only one I haven't managed to match in an axial is this little one down here, but again it's a Nichicom 105 degree high quality cap. All the rest are Vichy axials. Again, I've never really had any problems with those. The only thing is I've got to get another heat sink for this. I'm not happy with that at all. That's horrible. It does the job I suppose, but it doesn't look very nice. And once the back's open on this board, everything's on show, so it's nice to have it looking neat. That is horrible. So I've ordered a little, well hopefully I've managed to get hold of one from an old sort of vintage electronic supplier. So that's that one done. Now it's back on to the other boards. Okay, for the insulation underneath this, I found this stuff which is pretty good. It's not far off what this is. I mean, this has gone powdery and it's quite compressed now. This is slightly higher, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick I've just marked the baseboard here of the amp, which is the one I've built. So I'm going to mark that, stick that down, and then I'm just going to cut out a couple slots for the screw holes. Just going to line it up. There we go. It should sit up on there quite nicely. So tighten it down with the screws, that'll compress it. Excellent. It certainly beats that old thing, doesn't it? Someone had made a nice job of that though, I must admit. I will keep that. I thought I'd show you these screws. These are what secures the amp to the bit of plywood. You notice we've got a machine screw thread here, and then we've got like a coarse wood screw. And when I took these out of the plastic, I had a devil of a job undoing them. I thought, what on earth is going on there? And I turned them the opposite way as if to tighten them up, and all of a sudden they started undoing. So this is a reverse screw thread for wood. So when you screw it into the baseboard, you've got to push the machine screw through and then screw this in as if you're undoing it. I suppose that's to stop it unwinding when you unwind the nut. So very clever. Anyone that's got these, I've double checked with my other Helmsman, it's exactly the same. It's got these weird screws in it. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. As you can see, I've had to notch those a little bit bigger because they've got those insulating washers in them. So just going to reassemble this. I think I'm going to need to take it back off again because I've got to check the quiescent current. Okay, so that's the amplifier back together now. Masking tape everywhere. So yeah, that's gone in quite nicely. Quite happy with that.